England legend Ray Wilkins is fighting for his life in hospital after a heart attack and a fall at home. The former Chelsea and Manchester United midfielder, 61, was rushed to hospital from his home in Cobham, Surrey, this week. Ray Wilkins' family were keeping a bedside vigil as the football legend fought for his life last night. The former England midfielder, 61, suffered a cardiac arrest and fall at home before doctors decided to put him in an induced coma. His anxious wife Jackie told the Daily Mirror, "He's in hospital, he's had a cardiac arrest and is in intensive care. He is not in a good state at all, I'm afraid. He's critically ill." The cardiac arrest led to a fall which has meant he's had to be put in an induced coma. "It's very, very bad." Ray Wilkins is fighting for his life in hospital after a heart attack and fall. Image, 2010 Chelsea FC. Ray Wilkins pictured with his wife Jackie, who said his health is very, very bad. Ray played for England at the height of his career in the late 70s and 80s. Image, Getty. Former Manchester United and Chelsea star Ray was rushed to hospital on Wednesday after collapsing at his £2.6 million property, in Cobham, Surrey. He had appeared on Alan Brazil's TalkSport breakfast show, on which he is a regular pundit, just hours earlier. And he appeared on Sky Sports on Sunday, giving his verdict ahead of tomorrow's clash between Chelsea and Spurs at Stamford Bridge. Ray is being treated at St George's Hospital, in Tooting, South London, which boasts one of the country's top trauma units. Loved ones are hopeful a scan next week will bring some positive news. Jackie added, "It's a very difficult time for the family. He's going to have a further scan on Tuesday. We hope to have an update then. It's been a very difficult time for us." Ray Wilkins arguing on Sky Sports earlier this week Chelsea must beat Tottenham and Liverpool. Ray often appears as a pundit on Sky Sports. Ray Wilkins appeared on the Alan Brazil breakfast show on TalkSport Radio earlier this week, before he was taken ill. Ray Wilkins on the day England beat Scotland 2-0 in 1980. Ray Wilkins reveals the one major issue with Team Bakayoko signing. Ray met Jackie when she was secretary for then Chelsea manager Eddie McCready. They had been married for just 6 weeks when the cash-strapped and relegated club accepted an offer from Manchester United that took Ray north. Jackie remained at his side through the highs and lows of his career, including when he received his MBE at Buckingham Palace in 1993. Ray, known by the nickname Butch since childhood, was a permanent fixture in the England side for a decade from the mid-1970s, winning 84 caps and scoring 3 goals. The product of a footballing family, he and his 3 brothers followed their father, George, into the game, but Ray enjoyed the most success. Starting his career at Chelsea in 1973, his reputation grew after being handed the captaincy, aged just 18, before he went on to join Manchester United 6 years later. Ray moved into management roles after his playing career ended. Image, PA, former Chelsea manager Carlo Ancelotti, L. With assistant manager Ray Wilkins. During training, assistant manager Ray Wilkins sprays champagne on John Terry as the Chelsea team celebrate winning the 2010 Premier League title. Image, Kent Gavin. The Daily Mirror. Ray is one of the most familiar faces in English football, and one of few who succeeded. Playing on the continent, spells abroad at AC Milan and Paris Saint-Germain followed before he came back to Britain to join Rangers and later Queen's Park Rangers, where he became player-manager, and Crystal Palace. Ray's last job in football came in 2015 when he was appointed assistant manager at Aston Villa, before being sacked along with boss Tim Sherwood. He has kept himself in the public eye by appearing a pundit on Sky Sports, the BBC and TalkSport Radio. In recent years, Ray has battled booze problems and ulcerative colitis. In 2013, he admitted being an alcoholic following a drink drive conviction and sought professional help. In an emotional interview the following year, Ray laid bare his long struggle with depression and revealed he had been dependent on Valium as far back as the 1970s. Former England footballer Ray Wilkins leaves court today after giving a suspended sentence. Ray pictured with wife Jackie and son Ross in the FA Cup, when he played for Manchester United. Image, Getty. Realizing he needed to climb out of a deep, dark hole, he booked himself into the renowned Sporting Chance clinic, set up by former Arsenal defender Tony Adams. Ray said the prospect of destroying his marriage and inflicting further hurt on to grown-up children, Ross, 36, and Jade, 32, convinced him he needed to change his ways. He said at the time, "Footballers who think they are something special are making a terrible mistake. I always told my kids I'm nobody but their dad. But I just don't cope well with rejection. I had depression when I left QPR. I went to see a doctor linked to the Priory at the time. I was lucky enough to play until I was 41. But when time decided I could no longer continue, I struggled in a way I'm sure a lot of sportsmen do. It's hard to replace what sport gives you. After QPR I suffered badly with depression and it had an impact on the whole family. But I didn't take any medication at that stage. I've been on medication for depression for the past 2 years, but back then, I saw the doctor and then simply battled on." Milan's English internationals Ray Wilkins, left and Mark Haley, pictured in 1984, image, Getty. QPR legend Ray Wilkins turned out for Alan MacDonald Memorial match. Brian Robson congratulates Ray Wilkins for scoring during the 1983 FA Cup final at Wembley Stadium. He also opened up about his diagnosis with ulcerative colitis, which left him in hospital for 12 days in 2008 after he rapidly lost 2.5 stone in weight. Ray revealed, "At one point the surgeon said I might need to have my colon out. I was 51 and I really didn't want a bag. Luckily I started to improve the next day.